Hello learner, in this video we will discuss about list in Python programming. So list basically stored multiple items in single variable. For example, you have so many items, so many members, and if you want to put together in one variable, then you can use list. And here you can see my list, and I have entered here apple, banana and cherry, 3 items. So if I run this cell, it will give me, here I have print this variable. So when I print this variable, it gives me apple, banana, cherry, the items of the list. And what's the characteristic of the list? List is ordered. So if you put anything in first index, it will show you first in first index. And list is changeable. Changeable means if you want to change any items from this list, you can change anytime. And it allows duplicates value. For example, this my list variable have one item apple. So again I can add here apple. Here I have used append method to make a duplicate in this list. So if I add one item in this list, and if I print again, you can see here it shows me apple 2 times. So that means it allows you to take duplicate values, and it is ordered. So for example, if you put in index 0 apple, it will show you in 0. It will not change the order. Here you can see in variable list variable. List can have different data types. For example, true is a boolean data type, 34 is an integer, 67 decimal line 0 is float, 54 plus 5j is complex, and roll number is string. So if I run this cell, it gives me the all input what I have given, it gives me as an output. So it shows you that it can have different data type in list. Now I will show you some method to use on this list. So let's look one by one. So what is mean by indexing? The specific item from the list, from the tuple and from the set and from the dictionary also. So if I want to the first item, I will take it the indexing number is 0 because the Python takes the indexing from 0. You can see here if I want to pull this true, then I will use indexing 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So you can see here when I select indexing 0, it gives me true. So if I use 1, it gives me 34. And you can do slicing also. Slicing means you can pull the subset. You can pull the sub part, a small part from a list. For example, you have 10 items in the list, and if you want to put a specific 5 items from the list, then you can use slicing. So what I want to do here, I just want to use 1:3. So what gives me 34 and 67.9, because it pulls the slice that is given here input. Because I tell him give me the slice from 1 to 3. That's why it gives me 1, 2, and it start from the start point and take before the end point. So when you will enter 1:3, then it will give you the two item, 1 and 2. It will not include the end, and it will include the start. And if you want to do indexing from right side, from negative side, so what you can do, you can use negative. So if I want to pull -3 to -1, so here you can see it gives me the item number from -1 to -3. So here roll number is -1, 54 plus 5j -2, and 67.90 is -3. So it gives me -3 and -2. It not gives me the -1. Why? Because it is the end point. So it includes start point, but it is not include the end point. And if you want to change the item, you can change the item also with specified index number. Here I have changed this indexing 0, because before it was true, but now I want to put it here. I want to replace true from false, and I want to run this cell. Here you can see the new list, that is false 34, 69, 54 plus roll number. So according to their indexing number, you can change any items from list. But without indexing number, specified indexing number or specified indexing range, you cannot change. For example, if you want to insert any new item in your list, then you can use insert method. And when you use insert method, you have to specify the index number. Here I want to insert the John, this string, on 0 indexing. So it replaces the value before it was false, but it replaces false. It replaces false on to indexing 1, and it came, the new item came on indexing 0. So that's how indexing work. And if you want to add any item without specified any value, you can use append. Here I am using append method, but I do not need to specify any index because automatically it append on right side, on the end side in your list. So if I run the cell, where I will get Mohan in the end of the list, because John is the starting and end is the Mohan. So every time when you append any item in the list, it will add on end number. And if I want to remove the Mohan that I have append before, so I will use remove, and simply I can run this cell. So when I use remove method, it has already removed the Mohan, because I have specified here that I want to remove the Mohan, this string. For example, I don't want to remove the last item in the list, but I want to remove a specific item from the list. And if I know the indexing number, then I can use pop. So simply you have to write here pop method, and you can use here indexing number. So if I want to remove the third item from my list, then I can use pop method. You can see here clearly down, John false 34, 67.9. So 67 decimal line, this float value is not in this list, this updated list does not have 67.9, because the pop method removes the 69.9 on behalf of indexing number. For example, if you have any list and you want to clear all the items from the list, so what you have to do, simply you have to write here your variable name and clear. You have to choose the clear method, and after that, so when I use clear method, then it removes all the items from this list and it gives me empty list. Right now we don't have any items in this list, variable list, because I have cleared every item. And now if you want to practice some more method around list, so I want to tell you that you have to use this method and you can try it. So you can see here so many methods: add, class, directory, remove, pop, insert, index, copy, clear, append. You can try it for more practice. And if you want to know the method about any variable, just you have to write dir and use the variable name, then it will show you the method. I will talk about these method in next video, all these method.